Catching small white striped fish in wild waters, missing these float movements will cost you. When fishing for large fish, patience is often key, and anglers tend to be cautious. Even if the float shows signals, they won't strike hastily after all. There might only be a few bites a day. Thus, it's crucial to be selective with strikes, and it's better to let go of uncertain float movements. For small fish, however, diligence is the rule. Don't fear empty hooks or lost fish. Instead, maintain a fast casting rhythm. This attracts more fish, creates competition for food, and makes empty hooks rare. Many anglers only strike at downward dips or total float dives, which works for large fish but misses many small fish. How to fish for small white striped fish in the early stages. Take white striped fish as an example, though this applies to other small fish like small pike, yellowtail, greentail, etc. Adopt an offensive fishing style. Avoid passive waiting, especially in the early stages. Initially, the float's main role is to indicate when the bait reaches the target depth. You don't need to read its movements yet. Whether fishing mid-water or bottom, strike as soon as the float reaches the set depth and the bait is in place. Keep casting until fish gather in the nest. Create a virtual nest. For small fish, use powdery baits that disperse easily in water. A mix of chick feed and rapeseed cake is cheap and effective. If the fishing spot is productive, you can skip nesting. Instead, use large bait balls and cast rapidly to attract fish. Maintain a strict rhythm. Strike as soon as the bait is in position. How to read floats for white striped fish. Early stage. Ignore concepts like downward dips or float rises. Strike at any float movement. Don't fear empty hooks. The goal is to attract fish, not catch them immediately. Even if there's no bite, retrieve the rod promptly. When fish gather, floats will move chaotically due to competition. Focus on two types of signals. During bait descent, strike if the float fails to flip over or sink normally, or if it pauses, accelerates, or rises mid-descent. After bait settles, don't just wait for downward dips. Weak, sudden dives, e.g., dropping several scales at once, often miss. Instead, strike at small, firm dips, even half a scale, steady rises, rapid consecutive twitches, or horizontal/oblique pulls. These have high hit rates. Mid to late stage tactics for wild white stripe fishing. Scenario 1. Increasing fish density and changing layers. Fish may gather near the surface over time. If the float can't flip or sink normally, count 1-2-3 mentally and strike rhythmically, regardless of hits. If fish swarm at the surface, use flying lead, slide the sinker below the float base to facilitate mid-water bites. Scenario 2. Poor fish activity. If casting rhythm doesn't attract fish, try mid-water fishing first, starting from the float's full length, then adjusting depth. If ineffective, switch to bottom fishing. When bites are sparse, reduce casting frequency slightly, 1 to 2 casts per minute. To avoid exhaustion, no need to strike as soon as bait settles, but don't wait like you would for large fish. Solutions for frequent empty hooks. Delay the first strike, ignore the float's initial movement, strike at the second signal. Use smaller bait balls. Large baits are hard for small fish to swallow. Pull bait gently to leave only a tiny amount on the hook tip. Downsize hooks. Choose thin-shanked hooks, e.g., sleeve hooks. For small fish, use size number 3 or smaller. If empty hooks persist, downsize again. Tips for poor weather. When fish bite weakly, chaotic floats, few DIPs, move to oxygen-rich areas, downwind, water inlets. Alternatively, add fruit acid additives to the bait to stimulate appetite.